So good evening, everyone. Good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, friends and family. Good evening, daddies and mommies. You are highly welcome to One Teacher, One Topic training on productivity tools, specifically Microsoft productivity tools. And tonight is an introduction and an immersion into one of the tools. So we'll be having our introduction on 21st century teaching skills. Okay, that will set the foundation for all of us. And then we are going to have one of the tools analyzed today by one of the experts in the house. Okay, so fasten your seat belts now as we start. I have the presenter already in the house. He's a very good friend of, and he's also a member of One Teacher, One Topic. Everybody that will be speaking, okay, he's a member anyway, so we don't really have a stranger in our midst. So his name is Mr. Mark Okafor, a very good friend of mine. He's the CEO of IDC Learning Center in FCT, Abuja. He's going to be taking us on some teaching skills that you need as a teacher in the 21st century. Now, let me quickly lay this foundation. When One Teacher, One Topic started, we just wanted to produce video lessons and share with students during this lockdown. However, as we progress, we discovered that it's just important for us to go beyond that and teach teachers how to use certain tools should we resume tomorrow. Of course, when we resume tomorrow, we are not going to be using our phone to teach in the classroom anymore. We actually would need certain gadgets. So blended training will equally be, blended teaching approach will be part of things we are going to be doing. You will not use your phone to connect to the projector in a classroom. So it is necessary for us to know some of these tools. And it's also necessary for us to also have our foundation solid enough so that we can be 21st century teachers indeed. A 21st century teacher is that teacher that can operate at any level globally. And I believe we have a crop of them in the house. So without wasting much of our time, in the next 30 minutes now, Mr. Mark Okafor will be taking us through how to become 21st century teachers and how to word all these skills. So I believe he's in the house now. He can unmute himself. Mr. Mark, you are welcome. Please, you can take over from here while I do the other job on this side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okafor. Good evening, family of champions. Good evening, everyone. I just hope you can see my face. I'm a black man. All right, I'm happy to be here once again. I think Mr. Okafor has said it all. I love the way we have been conducting ourselves in the platform as a family, and I also appreciate the way we've been contributing to improve ourselves. Today, we want to talk about 21st century skills. I'll be sharing what I'll be doing for everybody to see. But before then, I want to quickly say this. I'm proud to where we are right now. I'm sure I tried making research on things like 18th century skills, 19th century skills, 20th century skills, and so on and so forth. But immediately I punched in 21st century skills. I saw so many things, 21st century jobs, 21st century this and that. So that means there's something special about 21st century. I'm sure you all agree with me. Now I'm going to be sharing my screen with you as we go through what we have for today together. So just give me a minute.
All right. Okay.
All right, sorry, I'm still trying to. Okay, sorry for the break. I'm trying to put stop my slide. I'm just having some technical issues here. It's still stream. Okay. But it's not moving. But it's not moving. Hmm? But I can't move. All right. I'm so sorry for the delay. We're just trying to put up my slide. Now, there's something I want us to know. A lot of things has changed about the way we teach. And these changes has resulted to, okay, fine, I think my the PowerPoint slide is showing on the screen. So we are going to quickly look at who is a 21st century teacher, psych of a good teacher, how to provide rich experience to all learners during this pandemic, and then we'll look at an interesting quote that I found very, very interesting. Now, let's go to the topic properly. Who is a 21st century teacher? You agree with me that in our world now, we live in technology age. Technology has taken over almost everything we do. So as a result of globalization, international competition, changing market, and a lot of things happening in the world, the kind of skills we offer right now are special skills. And for us to be able to offer these special skills, we need to have these skills ourselves. Now, teachers right now are no more the way they used to be. As a teacher, we are now a brand. But we have to realize that we are brand for us to be able to have the kind of skills I will be talking about today. Now, 21st century teacher involves a lot of things. It means that for us, it involves teachers on the move, teachers that can make use of technology and computers. For us to be a 21st century teachers, a lot of things need to be in place. For example, we need to learn new technologies. Thank God for one teacher, one mic. We've been able to learn a lot of things. We need to learn new technologies, and we shouldn't think because a system has worked for us for a long time that we are not flexible or we can't change. Like I said earlier, a lot of things are changing, and we too, we have to change. The first thing here, I said, no doubt technology keeps developing. So there is nothing like learning a tool once and for all. I bet you the kind of technology we are using now, just give it 5 to 10 years, it will go, and definitely we are going to have new set of technologies. So our ability to use technology will identify us as a 21st century teacher. I don't know if you can hear me. Good. So the first point there is that our ability to use technology will identify us as a 21st century teacher. Now, don't be shy if you don't know how to use any technology. New technologies are new for the novice. There is always a first time to use a technology. So learn how to use technology. There's this popular saying, in as much as teachers can do without technology, but very soon teachers with technologies will do away or will replace teachers that don't have technology. We also need to learn how to use our phones. I remember then, like a couple of years back, we usually do not allow, we discourage students from using their phones. But I bet you what some of these students know right now, we may not even know them. This is because some of these students have learned how to use their phones. Some of these things we teach them, for example, if you are doing root method, when it comes to a real life situation, they can go to Google and learn how to do those things themselves. So once you learn how to use technology, phone is part of technology. We need to learn how to use our phones and some mics are on. All right. Okay, we need to learn how to use technologies, which include our phones, and guide students on how to use technology, especially how to use Google to make research. That will make us a 21st century teacher. It is important that as a teacher, I initially talked about branding. Who are you? Say, okay, we are an educator. What do people know about you as an educator? If I should go to your social media platform, what do I see? Do I see things that are not related to your profession? Then you are not a 21st century teacher. So mic are on. Please just mute yourself if your mic is on. Eh? Hello. Okay, can you all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. I've talked about our ability to learn new technologies and the use of our smartphones. And then I was talking about the fact that teachers need to go digital. I started by talking about branding. I said, ask yourself, who are you? Fine, you claim you are a teacher, but if I should go to your Facebook or your Twitter, your Instagram, or other social media platform, what do I see? Do I see things that are not related to your profession? A 21st century teacher is someone that has, okay, that has good branding. Once you've discovered who you are, the next thing you need to think is how to make your work show. I'll call that visibility. What you do as a teacher, the world needs to see it. 21st century means that we have gone global. So whatever you do, so that means in your social platform, there should be one or two content, or it could even be write-ups you draw from time to time that will show what you are doing. So that is visibility. People can go to your platform and see that truly this is a teacher or this person is an educator. Once you are visible, the next thing you need to do is to build your reputation. Building reputation means that you should be careful of the kind of things you post in your platform so that people who are checking up to know who you are or who I am can quickly go and say, oh, Mr. Okafor is this, that. I know, okay, based on your content, people should be able to identify with you as a 21st century teacher. So if you are doing video lessons, good. If you are doing write-ups, it has to be write-ups that will be very, very educative. And even if you want to talk about other things that are not related to your discipline, you will be very careful not to deviate from who you are, a 21st century teacher. The next thing we need to talk about is consistency. Once you've discovered yourself, I'm a brand, a 21st century teacher, you've made yourself to be visible. by dropping some video lessons right up in your social media platforms, talk about something educative. The next thing I mentioned is your reputation, build your reputation, and then ensure that you don't just drop one lesson or one article and nobody will see you again. No, you have to maintain consistency. With time, the world will know who you are, or the world will identify with you. So to go digital simply means to go paperless. Most of your work, if you have the power, you can even have a website, a blog. Let them be there. Students can visit there, make research and all that, and then you can even share them. Then being a 21st century teacher also means we need to collaborate. Collaboration here could even involve going global. That means someone in Nigeria can invite a teacher in Ireland, for example, to talk to his children in his or her class. Or someone can also invite you to talk to his or her children in the country where they are. So collaboration involves creating, sharing digital resources and ideas with other educators and students as well. So if I have an information or I've done some video lessons or I have materials, I can send them to some teachers who might not even be close to where I am in Abuja. I can send to some people in Oyo, Imo, and so on, and encourage them to collaborate with me as well. That will breed learning. So our collaboration should go global. We should shift our mindset from where it has been. Now, I'm sure if our collaboration goes beyond where we are, if you are in Lagos, if it goes beyond Lagos, it will change and add to our experience. So as a 21st century teacher, we have to be innovative and creative at the same time. Try new ways of teaching and have at the back of our mind that as new technology emerges, we need to keep learning. We can never graduate from learning. It's not only our students or pupils that learn. Now, I want to quickly talk about these video lessons we put up. A lot of them has been awesome, but then we can also add creativity to the video lessons we do. Most of these children that watch our videos online, once they come online, the truth is that a lot of things can distract them. If our video lessons are not as engaging as it should be, we can even lose the objective, what we intend to achieve, to get these students to learn online. So how can we make our video lessons, the lessons we put online, to be productive and at the end help for us to achieve our objective? If you are creating a video lesson, we can even use 3 applications to produce one video. I've seen a video lesson where a teacher have to, of course, use a PowerPoint, downloaded GIF images, and at the end use Filmora to merge everything together. At the end, it was mind-blowing. That's creativity. So I've also seen a video lesson where the introduction was dance. The teacher was like, he downloaded dance and it was like, before we start our video lesson, today's icebreaker, let's dance and shake our body. And then he put up this trending song and dance move just for a few seconds. Then he cut it and welcomed them to the class. And if we are doing a lesson, if you are talking about, let's say a science class that's talking about the universe, we should be mindful of the kind of background we show. If you are talking about the universe, we shouldn't go and bring a background that is showing something else. The PowerPoint background we can download should please reflect on the particular lesson we are talking about. That will also help the students to be able to connect with what we are talking about and relate with our lesson. Okay, now we've talked about what is involved in being a 21st century teacher. I would like us to look at the psyche of a good teacher. And the aspect we are going to talk about is the growth mindset. Now, when I was in school, when I was small, our teachers at times used to label some people as dull people, as pupils that are not intelligent. While those that are excelling in a particular subject, especially mathematics, then they call them brilliant children. These children over time develop this mindset that they are not intelligent. It can also happen to us as teachers. You may slide into my Facebook account, watch one of my videos. You might look at yourself and say, oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Maybe this kind of videos belongs to this kind of teachers, this or that. That is not true. That is not the growth mindset. As a teacher, a 21st century teacher, we need to have the growth mindset. We can develop this mindset when we understand that our intelligence is not fixed, but can be developed through hard work and dedication. What you don't know, learn it. No matter your age, no matter how long you've been in this system, a lot of things has changed. For us to be able to help these children to have a growth mindset, we need to have a growth mindset ourselves. Once we have this growth mindset, it becomes easier for us to impart it on our pupils and students. This mindset, which we should model as teachers, will help pupils and students to believe in themselves. No pupil or student will feel that he or she will never be able to learn math, English, chemistry, or physics. Why? Because you've helped them to have the growth mindset that you have, which is the fact that they are not fixed, that they can learn through hard work and dedication, and they can be good at whatever they set out to do. I want us to look at fixed mindset. University psychologist Carol Weck, who developed the concept, believed that in a fixed mindset, students believe their basic abilities, their intelligence, their talents are just fixed. You see someone that will say, oh, I'm very good at math, but when it comes to English, I'm not good at it. So such remark shows that that student feel that his or her intelligence are just fixed, which is wrong. But when we talk about growth mindset, students understand that their talents and abilities can be developed through effort, good teaching, and persistence. And I repeat again, they can only have this if you and me as a teacher have it. Students that have growth mindset believe everyone can get smarter if they work hard at it, and such students always turn out great. Now, as a 21st century teacher, how can you use such great mindset in a classroom? The first thing we should take note of is the language we use. When we interact with students, some words we say to them can help bring out the best in them or help them to have a growth mindset, or demoralize them the way they feel, oh, my intelligence is fixed. I'm poor at chemistry and that is it. We need to be careful of what we say. There is power in the tongue. Once you let students know that they can develop a growth mindset and be good at what with what they've learned through hard work, these children will it will go a long way to help these children to readjust their thinking and then you see them try putting more effort, and then we complement our effort with what we are saying with incentives. Someone you know is not really a high flyer, as a person is putting effort and does something good, even if it's a sticker, giving the child a sticker or some encouraging words, we go a long way to help this child develop a growth mindset. Now, I want us to learn how to use the right kind of praise.
Hello,
Praising,
I want to join the meeting, please.
Okay. I want us to learn how to use the right kind of praise. Praising children's intelligence harms their motivation, and this ultimately harms their performance. Let me give you an example. In a remark, you are always telling a child you are superstar, excellent, and you call the child and say, you know what, you are the best, you are the best. Over time, that child will start seeing himself or herself that he or she is the best and there's no room for growth. That is why even when we use positive words, we have to be careful to use it the right way. To help these children develop the growth mindset that we now have as a 21st century teachers, we need to be able to set high standards, challenge these students, and you'll be shocked with what they will give you. There's a popular saying, challenge someone and see the best of that person. Now, let's quickly look at shifts that will help you develop growth mindset. As a teacher, we need to be open to learn new way of teaching. I've had a teacher that has been in the system for a long time. She has been teaching for 30-something years. She looked at a younger teacher and told the teacher that, you that I know when they gave birth to you, what can you tell me about education? I've been teaching for the past 35 years. Now, in as much as this person that made such utterance, she's experienced, we can't take it from her. But I can tell you that she doesn't have a growth mindset because a lot of things has changed. It might even be the way we are running with technology now, that the younger crumbs of teachers have that he or she might need to learn. We need to create a classroom community where we can learn with and from students. A 21st century teacher does not feel that he or she knows it all, and we don't believe in rote method. A 21st century teacher believe that he or she can also learn from these students, in as much as students can learn from him. And we also believe that we can learn from fellow educators. Okay, now that we've seen the kind of psych we should have as a 21st century teacher, now I want us to briefly look at how to teach 21st century skills. The first thing we need to do is to make sure our lessons are relevant. If we always read from textbooks, give students things using rote old traditional method to teach, our lesson might not be relevant. We need to be able to teach the way we connect our lessons to what happens around our environment, the society, and the globe, and what affects the students we are teaching, so that the students can be able to relate and connect with us. We need to simultaneously develop lower and higher order thinking skills. Let me give you an example. Students should develop, we need to be able to help students develop lower and higher order thinking skills. For example, when teaching math, physics, or chemistry, we often show students relationship of two quantities by giving them formulas in which they'll just substitute variables into the formulas and learn how these quantities are related. But at times, that might just be a lower order thinking skills. Oh, students know this is a formula, I need to substitute this into this formula so I can get my answer. But we can make that a higher order thinking skills by asking some technical questions that can make the students think. We can ask them questions like, in physics, why do you think we are using this unit instead of this other unit if the units are related? Make them think. Our lessons must be child-centered. They have to think and always contribute, and we learn together. Then we also need to teach through discipline. We need to encourage students to collaborate, do group work. That is, encourage them to engage in transfer of learning. All right, now let's quickly look at my quote for the day. I said, in the field of understanding, the prepared mind survives. Are you ready to shift your thinking and become a 21st century teacher? This is not time to blame anybody on the skills we do not have. This is the time to sit up and figure out the skills we are lacking and how to acquire them. This is time for hard work, a time to show that we are 21st century teachers. My name is Mark Okafor. Thank you very, very much for this